got our artwork ready with our first layer of wrapping, so now what I've got to do is build a box around that. And as I said, I use recycled boxes. It's been suggested that the best type of box to use is a mirror box, and if you're not familiar with a mirror box, this box here is a mirror box, and it's basically one that has, get that into shot, the top fits over the bottom, and you wrap that around your work. And you can probably buy these mirror boxes to fit various size artworks, but I find it's just easier and cheaper to be a bit of a box collector and use whatever boxes you can get your hands on to wrap your artwork, because the people who buy your work aren't really buying the packaging. You'll probably just all end up in the bin anyway. And if you're at all concerned about using second-hand card for wrapping your work, you can always go with the artist's excuse of we're expected to be environmentally friendly and into recycling and all that sort of thing. So just put in a note with your artwork saying that your use of recycled boxes is part of your efforts to be environmentally friendly. So there you go. That's a mirror box. I don't try and make mirror boxes when I do my artwork, wrap my artworks. I'm going to use this box, which I collected because fortunately it's already pretty much, if you look at it, it already pretty much is the right size. I've just got to make it sort of fit better. So what I do is unwrap it, turn the box inside out, so you can get that, or you can see it more, like so. And then I try to use any existing folds that are already there. Start with, go to that one. As you can see, I've got folds there that already wrap around the artwork, so I'll make use of those. This side's a bit big, so just to get started, I'm going to cut that pretty much I cut that on the fold there. Get rid of that. So now I've got a box that I can get started with. Just got to get myself a ruler. Now we need the ruler just so we can score lines and make folds. So I'm going to bring that up to the edge there. So we need to score a line. It's about the thickness of the artwork there. You just use the edge of your scissors, not the cutting edge, but just the outside edge. Fold that along, bend. That's the first bit. Don't need the handle bit on here, so I'll chop that off. Got that. Do the other side. Same. And fold. And obviously doing this, every box that I make is different, so you sort of just have to take whatever card you've got and work out how you're going to do it. It's actually a bit long on this end, so I'm going to cut that down there. Do the same on this side. And then where I've cut that, I'm going to fold that up. So just score it along, fold it up. And these extra bits, you can see those extra bits there that are hanging off. You just pretty much fold them in, get them inside, and that'll add extra strength on your corners. So, got that, got the top bit. Got this last bit here. Fold that across. Gotta say, this is a really hard sequence to film because I'm trying to keep me on camera and have it so that you can see what I'm doing. It's definitely not easy. Don't need those pieces. And when you are doing this, again, this is the side of my artwork that I want to protect, so I make sure that that complete side is face down on there. If you wanted to add some extra protection, you could cut out pieces of card and sort of build that up, but again, keep in mind the more card you add to this, the more it's going to cost. So now, pretty much got all that sorted out. Fold it round, like so. So you can see that's pretty much half there. All we've got to do now is make a piece cover that open bit there. So get the other part of our box. Like so. Chuck that on there. And that's pretty much going to fit around. All I need to do is chop this end bit here off. It'll be pretty right. So there, there. Push all the sides in. Just got to score across the edges. Like so. Didn't quite score this side wide enough, so just have to do that bit again. It's all a bit hit and miss as to how you do this. There you go. That's pretty much my box. The next stage is to just wrap that up. Get the old packing tape out again. And this particular layer, try not to overdo the amount of tape. If you can, just use what you need to hold everything together, particularly just to start with. Don't go wasting your packing tape or sort of winding it around over and over on everything. Just hold it together. And there you go. Artwork boxed up. The next stage is to just put another outer coat of white paper around this, just to make it look tidy and look a little bit more professional. So to do that, it's back up to the desk. So this is where this paper comes in useful again. Just get enough of that to wrap the artwork up in. And cut that across. Again, you just want to get everything roughly in the middle. And to start with, you just do things the same, just use enough tape to hold everything in place. Again, you do the sides the same way that I showed you on the inner layer. Yeah, now we've got that wrapped, all that remains to be done is you use packing tape to seal all your edges where it could be torn open, so that if anything was to catch on it, you'll prevent it from being torn open while it's going through the postal service. And at the same time you're doing that, you want to put your labels on for where it's going to be posted, and your label for the return address if it doesn't make it. Keep in mind that the more tape you put on this, the more weight you add to it, so you want to try not to go overboard. And there we have it, the finished wrapped artwork, all ready for sending through the post.